Here is senior forward Briana Jones, 16 points, 8 rebounds for you today. You know, obviously another huge win against a nationally ranked opponent. Are you guys kind of, you know, maybe at the beginning of the year weren't really sure where you stood? Are you kind of now starting to believe that, hey, we belong near the top with the, you know, with a win like today and then against, you know, 14th ranked Stonehill?
Yeah, I think we're definitely starting to realize that we could win any game as long as we stay focused. That was the focal point of today, just staying together. We knew they were going to have their run and they had it in the second half. So I think we did a good job of kind of countering and making sure we responded whenever they went on their run. But we knew that there was a tough team coming in today, and I think they're at the top of the Southwest Division, so we were definitely, we knew that we had a look for our money today, but we were ready to go.
Let's talk about the kind of the mentality change. It seemed like coming off the New Haven game, you guys were within 3. You know, they kind of pulled away at the end. Today, Adelphi erases a 19-point deficit, takes the lead, but you guys kind of say, no, you know, take the lead back and really held them off. Kind of, what was the difference between the two games?
I think coming up from New Haven, the starters knew that we had to come out today and hopefully impact the game, because I think in New Haven we kind of stood in the shadows a little bit. So when they went on their run, we came together, and I think there was a huddle where we just kind of said, like, you know, don't let them back in the game. Like, let's stay together. Let's get some stops. Let's get some scores. Let's get some rebounds. Like, we knew what we needed to do, and I think we definitely did that. And we responded positively as a team, and that's why we came out with it.
And then for you personally, 3 free throws at the end to close it out. Kind of talk about the nerves there. Talk about what was going through your head, especially kind of after the timeout. She froze you there with the full timeout. Kind of just talk about what was going through your head, you know, coming to line.
Yeah, I definitely got frustrated with the first miss, and I knew that that second one was going to be crucial to make it a
2-possession game.
Yes, 2-possession game. There it is. And then when they fouled me again, I kind of tried to refocus myself and make sure that I put those in, because I knew that would kind of sink in fast. So.
All right, here is senior forward Tori Lehr, 16 points, 13 rebounds, which matches her career high for the 6th time this season. Just, you know, talk about another huge win against a 13th ranked opponent. I'd ask Bree, you know, with wins like this against, you know, them, Stonehill, just the way you guys are playing this year, are you guys kind of now starting to believe, like, hey, maybe we belong here, you know, near the top of the standings?
I think we know we belong higher than we've been ranked, and we just really never got the chance to show it off and really, like, work our way up there. And I think now we all kind of are realizing we have 18 years, you know, we just want to show what we have and let nothing go, you know, just take it all.
And then talk about the second half. Up 19, they come all the way back, take the lead. You know, I think looking back at New Haven, you guys maybe could have easily kind of just packed it in and said, hey, good effort. You didn't. You kind of held them off, you know, and then pulled out the win. You know, kind of just talk about the mentality going on, you know, kind of in huddles during timeouts, and just, you know, to kind of stick with it and persevere.
Yeah, I know a couple of people, we were just a little uneasy by that comeback, but we know we had it up by 20, over 20 in the first half, or I don't know, something like that. But we had the confidence of knowing we could play well against them, not just, you know, a couple points up. Like, we had the game at one point, and I think that coming off of the previous, like we just did, we just wanted to win.
All right, here with assistant coach Amanda Shannon, filling in for head coach Julie Plant today. Obviously, huge win, another big one for you guys. You know, I'd ask the players, you got to think that, you know, sure, you guys as a coaching staff, you know, believe in them the whole time, but you got to start thinking that they really believe in themselves now with, you know, wins over Stonehill, Adelphi, just, you know, bigger wins like that.
Yeah, it's just so great to see how they've come together as a team. We actually were just talking about some of the losses that we had earlier in the season and how we really feel like we could have pulled those out. And now just how the team has come together, they've gelled, they want it, and it's one thing to want it, but it's another thing to compete like they have recently. So to get a couple wins like we've gotten and to walk away with a win tonight just shows how much determination they have and kind of how they just got it out. One of their things was to just dig deep. So, you know, we give up a lead and they come in, they dig, and they keep playing, and we were able to get a good one.
I think a lot of that has to do with just the number of seniors you guys have on this team. Kind of, they know this is their last go around, and just, you know, maybe a lot more leadership than, you know, a normal team like this would have right now.
Yeah, the leadership's, it's incredible because they come from different backgrounds, different personalities, and whatever differences they've ever had, they are able to just leave that out the window and just come together and play together for the good of the team. and it's so fun to watch. You know, we have very strong personalities from all of our seniors, but when they're out on the floor, they just play together. They play hard. Every possession, every 30 seconds, they're playing as hard as they can.
And then just, talk about, just their kind of ability to deal with adversity. Really, against New Haven, you were within 3,
Yeah.
and they kind of just let it slip away. Today, up 19, let Adelphi come all the way back,
Right.
but they don't lay down. They keep fighting, pull it out in the end. Kind of just
Yeah.
talk about the difference there.
It's hard to do that game in and game out. You know, it's not something that we want to do every game where we're right in it and then we have to fight back. You know, that's obviously not in the game plan. So sometimes you win some, you lose some. But I think, in a game like this, especially at home, no one wants to give up a big loss at home. So they were able to find a little bit more inside themselves and really just got it out at the end.
And lastly, obviously another big game, double-double for Tori Lehr. But, Briana Jones really started off hot 4 for 4 and then kind of finished 1 for 10. But despite that tough second half, 3 huge free throws at the end to seal it. Kind of just talk about her.
Yeah, no, she never stops going. She misses a couple shots and she knows she just has to get the next one. We talked about that with her in the beginning of the season. We need you to have next play mentality. And as a senior captain and someone who we rely on heavily to carry the load a little bit, especially with points and rebounds, she knows when she needs to step up and she just doesn't stop. So, it's huge for us to have a player like that who can just keep going.